So I was actually going to do this story for Missing Persons Monday, and this is about the missing woman, Cassie Carli. She was 37 years old, and she went missing on March 27th, 2022 in Florida. But unfortunately, her deceased body has been found April 2nd, 2022 in St. Clair County, Alabama. So this is her story. On April 2nd, Cassie's body was found in a shallow grave inside a barn in Alabama. At this point, police are not revealing how they were led to this discovery, but they did admit that Cassie's ex, Marcus, does have connections to the barn. He was recently living and working in Birmingham, Alabama, and this is how his connection, came about. On the day that Cassie went missing, she was meeting with Marcus to retrieve their 4-year-old daughter, Sailor, who you see in this picture. At the time of her disappearance, she was living with her father and going through a custody dispute with Marcus. There are some alleged reports that Marcus was actually abusive to Cassie, and this is part of the reason why they, broke up, that he just had some domestic violence issues and she didn't want to be with him anymore. This is Cassie's sister, Rianne, and her brother. So per Cassie's sister, the pair was supposed to meet at Walmart in Destin. And the pair, I mean Marcus and Cassie, because it was a public location and it was well lit. However, this plan changed and they were supposed to meet at 7 p.m. in a bar's parking lot. The bar was apparently close to where Cassie was now living, but it's not mentioned who made these plans. Who changed these plans, but police will later mention that the area was not well lit despite it being a popular spot. When Cassie's father realized that she was not home by 10:30 p.m., he became worried and attempted to call her, but she did not answer. And then he started receiving text messages, like he tried to text her, call her, no answer, and then he received these, where he said, "Cassie, I'm trying to call you. What's going on? I'm freaking out. Case, call me as soon as you get this message." And then Cassie replied, and I put that in quotes because Cassie's father does not believe that she wrote this, but she replied, "I'm sorry, car was acting up and I broke my phone. Marcus is working on it. I will stay at his place tonight. He is paying me money to do some stuff around the house." And he then asked her, "Are you in PCB," which I believe is Panama City Beach in Florida? And she replies, "No, the screen is jumping all over the place. Let me see if he can get this fixed and I'll call you." He says, "I'm going to go to sleep. I just need to know my girls were all right." Girls meaning Sailor and Cassie. And then the next day, and he says, "Where are you at, Sister Sledge?" So later on, he admits that he does not believe that these text messages actually came from his daughter. Cassie's father then reached out to Marcus, and I guess Marcus was annoyed, and he said, "Why you keep calling me?" So yeah, he's rude. And Cassie's father said, "I haven't heard from Cassie. Is she with you?" Marcus says, "No, she was out of her mind last night. First with her car not working right, then said her phone had an issue and asked me to see if I could fix it. As I'm trying to see what's wrong with it, she's getting mad, like I was trying to look at her text messages, then asked for a ride home. And as we get close, she changed her mind because you would flip out of you see her like that." I don't know what that means. He messed up. "Then asked me to drop her off at, I don't know, Stacy, I think, but don't want to tell me where the place is because, quote unquote, I could go after Stacy. And asked me to drop her off in the middle of nowhere in Destin that late in the night with Sailor, their daughter. I told her I wouldn't let Sailor go like that, and she flipped out. And I left with Sailor. If she wants Sailor back next weekend, she has to drive to me." Cassie's father then says, "Stacy moved to Alabama a while ago. Cassie would never have you drop her off anywhere. Is her car at your house?" Marcus goes, "I'm not good with names. I'm not sure if it was Stacy. Either way, she didn't want to give me an address of a place to drop her and Sailor off. Why would her car be at my house?" And the father says, "Where did you exchange Sailor? Where is her car?" And Marcus says that her car is basically at the place that they met up at the bar. So that is where police found her car. Cassie's sister then reached out to Marcus and said, "Is Sailor with you? Please, Marcus, this is not like my sister. She has not been doing great and was supposed to start a new job. I hope you will at least cooperate with the police. Let them know you have Sailor. She is now a missing person." And Marcus goes, "Sailor is with me. She wanted to be dropped off in the middle of nowhere in Destin with Sailor. I told her I wouldn't let Sailor go like that, to give me an address and I'd take them to it. Yeah, cops already called me and might call again for more questions. If they do, everybody will be asking me that. So I'll just copy and paste what I told your father. Police did try to question Marcus, and he was uncooperative. And so that gave, Cassie's family even more thought that he had something to do with this. And, they were getting very worried. During the midst of this, Cassie's father attempted to get temporary custody of Sailor, but he was unable to, I guess because they figured if the mom wasn't around, and the father hasn't been found guilty of anything or showed any signs of he could not take care of his daughter, then they would have him, have her placed with her father. So the family did try to get her. So on April 1st, Marcus was arrested. He was arrested in Tennessee, but like I told you guys, he had been living in Alabama with his daughter. He had been living there and working there. However, during a traffic stop in Tennessee, he was arrested for tampering and destruction of evidence and giving false information concerning a missing persons report. And this warrant was taken out in Santa Rosa County in Florida. So Cassie's sister Rhiann, of course, heard about this arrest and wanted Sailor, her niece, to be back in the family's home and also wanted everybody to continue to look for her sister Cassie.
Where Cassie is last been. I mean, we do know, let me say that. We do know, like I said, we are in the last location, right there. Over there is where Cassie's car was found. That's where the exchange drop-off was. So we are basing, the home search party here. We do know that they were both in this parking lot. We don't know the exact circumstances of the exchange. We still don't know if Sailor was around. We don't know how he coaxed her into his vehicle or whatnot, the specific details on that. But all we know is that Cassie was last seen in this parking lot with Marcus Spinabello. And we know he has something to do with this as well. But right now,
for a fact, she's been telling me since before I got out. And if she said anything ever happened to her, she told me it was
everyone.
him.
Yep. And we are going to get justice for our sister. We know they have an eye. We know they have an eye on Marcus. So our concern right now, our number one priority, though. Yes, that is our priority. We have eyes on Marcus. Law enforcement is keeping an eye on him. Sailor should be returned with us.
At this time, Marcus has not been charged with her murder, but I think eventually he will. And I'm not even sure if he was the one who led them to the discovery, of the barn. But, I would definitely let you guys know more when I know more. So like I said, Cassie was eventually found April 2nd inside of a barn. She was in a shallow grave and she was identified by a tattoo. And the tattoo was of a lizard that was in honor of her father, who also has a lizard tattoo. And her sister decided to get matching tattoos. So that is how she was unfortunately identified. But it was, it's a blessing that she was able to be found so that, she could have a proper burial. But it's sad that she had to be found in this way. So in the next clip, I'm going to show you guys her sister Rhiann talking about the fact that they finally found Cassie.
Hey guys, I'm sure you've heard the good news by now. They found Cassie. She was in Alabama, but I can't thank Santa Rosa Sheriff's Department, county deputies, all of them so much. Sergeant Aloy, oh my gosh. Our family is so grateful for all your hard work and dedication to my sister's case. We are astounded by how fast you helped us find her. And to the search party volunteers, oh gosh, we are so grateful. Tonight, please, we are meeting at the search party headquarters, the Blue Tent in Juanas. We want everyone to come out at sunset for, kind of just a vigil for Cassie. And, mission accomplished, you guys. Cassie is home. So everyone's efforts, I'm smiling too because I know Cassie is so proud. She loved this town. She loved this community. And I loved her back. So thank you guys so much. And as for Marcus, we all know justice will be served. It will be. Oh, Sailor, We can't wait to see you any minute now. It's a process, but she is so safe right now. She is in a home with loving people, and she is safe, and we will be with her soon. So, once again, thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you. She's coming home. We'll have her soon, as you probably heard in the press conference, so I just want to celebrate my sister's life now. That's what she would want. Thank you guys so much. Come out to Navarre Beach tonight. Sunset, okay? Everyone, please. Let's celebrate Cassie. Thank you all for all your help. Thanks.
So at this point, how Cassie passed away is not known. An autopsy is pending. Well, they're going to do one very soon, but I just am so glad that her family was able to find her and bring her home, because not a lot of families get that opportunity. And please continue to say prayers for her daughter, because she's lost her father and her mother. You know, I mean, all at her father's hands, but at the end of the day, she still lost a father. So with that being said, may Cassie rest in peace. And when I learn of anything more, I will update you guys. Thank you.